So I'm saying in every single thing you do, I'm just giving you a story. And in that story, you see 10 different things you can do. And in every story is like that. I'm not choosing that because that's a good story showing innovation. I'm
Yeah.
saying a school about innovation does innovate. Long answer to your question.
Well, it sounds like one of the innovations that you came up with in that remark when it comes to the opposite of the iPhone and apps and web browsers that we have today, you talked about a guide, and it strikes me that,
Well, guide instead of a teacher.
well, I want to
Just from
I
the
want to
top
extract
down.
that out into a paradigm
Go
and
ahead.
and say that the difference between what we have today, we have a pipe, and you can try to drink from that fire hose. That's a popular analogy, and that a guide would mediate between the fire hose to help you understand. And I'm thinking about the things talking about Muriel Cooper, as you did earlier, the author of that book on the Bauhaus, or the designer of that book on the Bauhaus. Sorry. Um, she showed some things at TED that I have not seen the likes of which since. Her visible language workshop, was that what it was called?
Correct.
There were, it was flying through information. It was seeing.
I named it when she got off. I said, Muriel, that was like flying through information. Then she called it that for the next few months until she died. She died shortly after that single presentation to the public that she ever made was put together at TED because they just had to lose pieces.
Yeah.
And so the first time she saw it, and the first time anybody saw it was at TED. We made a video of it, luckily, and that's the only extant view of that flying through information culmination of her studies with her students at the great Media Lab. I say that because it's in the press now, and it will be a great school of learning. The only one I can actually point to. So she was doing things. She was trying for the other ways of looking at the same thing and seeing it for the first time, and that was very exciting, and continues to be. And much of what we see it proliferated immediately. Before that presentation, I forget what year, but before that presentation, there was none of the ads for letters moved through space, or you flew through information, or there was titles to movies that were that way, or there was a whole bunch of things that came out of that one presentation of looking at not only X, Y, Z, and time, of all the coordinates of how information could be presented and how you could be immersive within the diagram and immersive in it, which was now possible because of what computers could more easily do. And so that was certainly a breakthrough. Yeah.
Well, it seems to me that one of the ways that we could characterize that, it's unfair that the audience doesn't know what we're talking about. That was TED 5, I think it was 1995, Muriel Cooper. And the Z-axis, the situating information, textual information in space, and that the Z-axis would add understanding to the information by where it was in space. To me, that's one of the more thrilling parts about what she did there. And to
But
me,
immersive too, the immersive part. The
yeah,
person in there, you've heard me say that they still haven't invented a computer that nods. That's immersive. If the computer was nodding, I would feel much more at home with it.